What up, love bugs? It's your girl Pam. Thanks for stopping by here at Beauty Corner. So today's review is on a highly sought after, highly hyped product that just recently launched, and it is a new addition from the Urban Decay Naked Series palette, and it is the Heat palette. Y'all, when I saw Urban Decay release the photos of this palette, I was like, what? This is up my alley. You guys know I love my warm tones. I was like, this palette is so me. So about a month ago, Urban Decay started to pre-release the palettes, you know, like the high YouTube gurus like Jackie Aina, Jaclyn Hill, Patrick Starr, and so forth and so on, right? And then a couple of weeks after that, they released some on their website, and then Ulta finally released theirs on their website. I actually purchased mine 2 weeks ago at Sephora, and when I got mine, I was like, yes, I'm so happy. So, almost dropped it. Lord, this palette costs too much to drop. So here is the Naked Heat palette. I purchased mine again at Sephora for $53, I think it was. And with that, you receive 12 eyeshadows with a mixture of finishes. And then you also get the brush. So when you open the package, this is what the palette looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the fire tones here on the casing, and I also love the fact that the Naked and Heat and the Urban Decay is like in embossed letters. Oh, beautiful. So the casing that is in, the other side of the casing that is in, as you can see, it is burnt matches, and then there's some burnt roses or roses on fire on the back. I don't get this. I get the matches, but I don't get the roses. But anyway, here is the actual packaging. A much better, sturdier packaging than the other Naked palettes. I actually have the first one. I didn't like the second one. I did like the third one. I just never got a chance to actually buy that one. And then there is the smoky one before this. They do have like the small ones, like the Naked Basics, but I don't consider those within the series because it was like maybe about 5 or 6 basic boring shadows, whereas the other Naked palettes were for specific things. Like the first one was like, I'm gonna say like a mixture of tones, and it was very neutral tones in there. And then the second one was neutral colors, but they were more cool tone. And then the third one was more of a rosy gold color, and then the fourth one was more for smoky eyes. So when you open it up, here is the palette. Absolutely gorgeous. And as you guys can see from the palette, I'm actually going to insert closer footage so you can see it better than me just holding like that. But when you look at the palette, it has several different finishes. What I am mostly shocked about this palette is it has a lot more matte than what the previous palettes had. And I'm so thankful that Urban Decay listened to us, because when I had the first Naked palette, they had two matte shadows, and I'm just like, how is this versatile to all skin tones? Like, you cannot be serious. But with this one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matte shadows, and then the rest of them are somewhat like satin and shimmer. I heard somebody say metallic, but I actually swatched them. They're not metallic, they're just shimmer shadows. And then the first one, which is a lighter color, is more of a satin finish. Now, as usual with the Naked palette, they do give you a brush. I am absolutely not a fan of this brush. I think it is, no offense, it's useless. I really wish they would put some thought into this brush because it can be very useful. This palette here is something you can take with you in just this palette, because it has so many different shades in it that can be transitional and can be lid colors. You can You can wear this palette as a daytime look. You can wear it as a nighttime look. It is very, very versatile. However, with this brush, you just can't use it. One, I don't like the fact that it's synthetic. With the amount of money that you get for these eyeshadows, they need to put a little bit more effort in this brush. I do like the fact that it is a two-headed brush. I do like the fact that one side is pretty much for your lid and the other one is to blend. However, I wish the blending part was more of a natural haired, had natural haired bristles. The other side I think is perfectly fine, especially when it comes to shimmers and you want to pack on the most intense color. I think that's fine. But this side, I really wish it was natural hair. So as you guys can see, I do have some of the colors on my lid, and at the end of the video or somewhat in the middle of the video, I will be showing you the demonstration. But when I was applying the eyeshadows, they were very pigmented. I did dip them a couple of times into the brush, but that's just me. I like to lightly apply the shades to my eyes so I won't have to go back and wipe off and start all over again. I did see a tiny bit of fallout with the shimmer shadow that I used, but that's perfectly fine. These eyeshadows, as you know, as like the other ones, are super pigmented and they blend out beautiful. I'm going to show you just a couple of swatches of some of the colors that I like. Like I love He Devil, which to me is a beautiful terracotta color. I love In Fuego and Scorch and Dirty Talk. So I'm going to swatch those because they're just so pretty. And these eyeshadows are so creamy. So here are the eyeshadows. I know they're like really similar colors, but these are absolutely gorgeous. And y'all know how I feel, even though you swatch them on your hands, do they do the same with the brush? They absolutely do. But let me just show you. I have like limited space right in front of me. Let me just show you what these shadows look like swatched on hand. Here you go. So that is what, hopefully you guys can see it. So that's what the shadows look like swatched from the finger to my arm. Absolutely gorgeous. Love these. But I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's get into the demonstration. Okay, so I already primed my eyes with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Now I'm going to go into the palette and I'm going to choose He Devil for my first color. And it's this really beautiful terracotta shade, and it's this one right here. I'll probably do a close-up of all the shadows as I point to them, whichever ones I use. And I'm just going to go in with a fluffy brush. I'm going to apply this to my crease area. I want a really pretty warm smoky eye using the real pretty deep colors in the palette. This is such a beautiful shade, very universal. It could be a transitional shade for people who are my complexion, deeper or a tad bit lighter. For people who are fair skinned, this can be a defining color. This is just a beautiful color. Okay, so the next shade I'm gonna go with is In Fuego, which is a beautiful burgundy shade. And I'm gonna put that slightly below than He Devil, just to bring some definition into the eye. Okay, so for my lid, I'm going to go in with Scorch, which is this really pretty warm, bronzy kind of color. And so far, the mattes don't have any fallout, but I definitely want to see if the shimmer shadows do, because these are really soft and pigmented. Let's see if they actually fall. I did tap, but let's see. Oh, this color is gorgeous. Right on the girl family. Yes. So this is how pigmented the shimmer shadow is. If y'all know me, you know I just don't like to apply a shimmer shadow just the way it is. I definitely like to spray a solution to my brush and then go back into the shimmer shadow to give me a really pow look to the shade. So that's what I want to do with this. just to see how beautiful it looks when it has been intensified. So I'm just gonna go in with my e.l.f. spray. Those spritz. There we go. Look at that. Oh, gorgeous. Yes, give me that metallic look. I love that. Shit looks like molten metal. Look at that. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Do that over here too. Oh, gorgeous. Making me feel like a woman. Okay, to deepen my crease, I'm going to use Ashes, which is like a plumish, brownish kind of color. Just going to use a little bit of this because it's very pigmented and I don't want it to overpower this look. And so far so good as far as the shimmers and the fallout. Okay, so for my inner corner, I'm actually going to mix two. I'm going to mix Ounce and Lumber to get a lighter shade because Lumber is not technically a inner corner highlight for somebody my complexion. So I'm just going to mix those two colors. Yeah, see? Perfect. And you know what? I'm gonna actually bring those two colors onto my brow bone. So let me just, nice little brow bone highlight. Okay, so off camera, I'm gonna finish the rest of my face. I'm gonna bring all the shadows that I used on top and bring them down to the bottom to give a little bit of a smoky effect. And I will be back with my final thoughts on the palette. So that pretty much wraps up this video. If you guys are on the fence of purchasing this product, I definitely recommend it. If you got to save your coin to get this product, I definitely would suggest it that way. There's no rush on to getting this product because this is part of the Naked series and it is permanent, okay? It is not a limited edition, it is permanent. So if you don't have the coins, but you do want it, definitely save up and then get it whenever you can. Let me know if you want a comparison video with the Naked Urban Decay Heat Palette and the Morphe Brushes 35O palette. Y'all know how I feel about that palette. But I do want to compare it to people. I do want to compare it to each other for some people because I know some people can't just go out there and purchase this palette for, like, again, I think it's like $54. I think I purchased this for $54. I think it was $54. Is that bad that I just buy makeup and don't care how much it costs? That's bad, right? That's bad. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, you know what a girl like, loves, and adores. Show a girl some love and I'll see you guys in the next video.